sharing my new DIY at-home mani technique, which is the Gel X nails without the Gel X. So now that we've unpacked that ludicrously capacious package sent from OPI, let's talk about my nail health. So the reason why I'm switching from my Gel X manicure, and I will link to my tutorial that I've shown about that, the reason why I'm switching is because I find that the entire removal process of removing gel polish, gel extensions has been very damaging to my natural nail. And don't get me wrong, I'm not someone that pries off their nail extensions. I soak them off, I wrap them in foil. I even purchased a steamer that's supposed to help steam, but for some reason I still get a lot of damage. And I truly think that it's because of the process of using an e-file that it thins my nails just too much. So I've decided to give my natural nails a break. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be doing a quick manicure. I'll be removing this red Dior nail polish. This is regular polish. And once that's removed, we're going to take care of the cuticles and we are going to work on some strengthening treatments that I will be doing underneath my press-ons every week. And this is one of the great things that I like about press-ons. They last about 7 days. That's as much as I want them to last. And I will, again, as I said, repeat nail treatments to strengthen my natural nail and make sure that's growing well underneath my press-on. Now, the strengthening treatment from OPI is new to me, as you saw from a wonderful ASMR unboxing. I just received it and I'm excited to try it. This is a repairing serum and the Nail Envy is sort of like a strengthening base coat. These are infused with keratin and will help to strengthen the natural nail. And if you didn't know, your nails and your hair is actually made up of mostly keratin. So I'll be sure to keep you guys posted on how my nail strengthening process is going with these new OPI products. I am now just going into some acetone and I'm using these teeny tiny cotton pads. I bought them specifically for gel removal. Those are the ones that you would put in the foil wrap, but it was just so ridiculous. I was trying to use them up, but let's switch out to one of my bougie cotton pads and make light work of getting off the red polish. And you can see in this close-up just how damaged my natural nails are. They're peeling, they're stripping, and what's been happening is the tips have been flipping backwards when I've been trying to pick things up, and it was just a whole mess. And if you see here, you can see a clear demarcation in where my nail is thinner, and notice it has that shape of how you would file the cuticle area with an e-file and buff the nail. So that is my telltale sign that this has been too much for my nails. Now I'm going to cut all of my nails right down. I'm not keeping any length because again, this is all damaged nail, and as it grows over my nail bed, it's just so soft. It has absolutely no strength to it. So it's like the split ends of my fingers right now. So we're just cutting it all off and smoothing any scraggly bits. And then we're gonna go in with my favorite cuticle remover. I like this because it pretty much dissolves and really softens the cuticle area really well. And then I'm using a little cuticle pusher tool. This is from Olive and June. Now I like this because it's firm, but it's plastic, so it's not going to scrape at the nail like a steel or a metal one would, and sometimes it slipped in my hand and I've had those metal ones slice on my cuticle. Like, it's a whole mess. All right, my nails are looking so much better already. Let's get this cuticle in. So this serum, it really does feel like a serum. I thought it would be a little bit like a nail polish, but it isn't. It goes on and it dries down pretty quickly. So I'm just making sure that I get a really good coat on it. And then once that's done, I am going to follow up with the Nail Envy. Now this one is like a nail polish. It's like a base coat, and it also feels a little bit like a nail filler if you've ever used one of those before. It's a pretty similar texture. And here you can see what the treatment looks like on my bare nails, and now we're ready to get into creating our press-ons. Now I also got these little stands that I can rest the nails on and do my work, do whatever art and polishing that needs to be done. And of course I forgot to get the glue tabs for it, so painter's tape it is. And I am using my Apress Gel X nail extensions. These are my favorite extensions that I've ever purchased, and I mostly use their neutrals, and let me show you the difference. This is my favorite set of drugstore nails. This is the Kiss Bare But Better. They're beautiful in color, and I really like the short ones, but when I want a longer length, and I have an open pack here, so I'm gonna show you. The base of the nails from the drugstore seem to have a wider and more flared out bottom. I'm not sure why. I think maybe it's to fit more nail beds. I'm not sure, but usually it presses into the skin on the sides of my nails and it hurts. And I find myself having to file extra and shape that down. Whereas with the Apress nail extensions, they're perfectly shaped to my nails, and I know a few of my friends who have wider nail beds, it also fits them really well too. So for this first set of press-on nails, I want to do 2 sets in this video today. I am using the extra short length, they're round, and I'm just quickly getting my sizing, and then we will get them on the little nail stands ready to go. And a big tip to make your press-on nails not look press-on, file that little sticky spike at the tip of the nail. File that off before you polish so that you can have a smooth and rounded tip. My extensions are prepped and ready to begin. My first step is going to be using the Apress primer. This is like an acid version of using a buffer to scuff the nails up a bit. This is my little trick. Usually you do it on the underside before you apply it. I actually like to put it as a base coat on my press-on nails. I've found that sometimes gel polish tends to peel off of a press-on nail. It's more than likely because the surface is so slick, but I also don't want to buff it down and then have like scratches that I need to smooth out. So doing that primer first just gives a really good base and grip for the polishes that are to come. I am doing a really nice and thin base coat, and I pop that under my UV light for 60 seconds each. And now let's go into a polish. I am using a polish from Gel Care. This is a jelly polish in shade Rose Water. Now, I really liked how this looked on the website. I'm here wondering exactly how many coats am I gonna need to apply to get the effect. And of course, between each coat, I just pop into the UV light and let it dry down for 60 seconds. This is the first coat on the second hand of nails. And this is the second coat on the first hand of nails. And this is where I start getting worried, guys, because some chunky stuff, I don't know what this chunk is. I'm not sure if it's because it's a jelly, if it's pigment that was settling in a weird way, but I gave it a quick shake and it seems to be working fine for now. And this is my fourth coat. I'm not sure what this is gonna look like when it's done, but we did 4 coats of the rose water polish, and I'm doing a thin coat of top coat because we are already like 5 coats thick. And this is my bougie bottle of alcohol. I'm just spraying this and wiping to get that tacky coat off. And this is the moment of truth. And you guys, brace yourselves. Oh my gosh. How pretty. Oh wow. Oh wow. This was fully a trust the process moment because I am floored. You guys, this looks like a gemstone. Could I have been any more dramatic? Honestly, knowing me, yes, I could have. I love these guys. I am so glad that I trusted the process and pushed through, because I promise you by the second coat, I was about to stop and give up. But I'm really glad I trusted the process, guys. So now let's move on to our second set, and I'm thinking red for this set. And just to choose the length, the nude nails that I have are short, the clear is medium, and the pink jelly is extra short. So for this, I normally do these clear nails and I cut them down a little bit and file them. But I'm not in the mood. I'm really not in the mood to do that much filing. So I'm gonna go with the short nudes, and I hope that's a good base for the red. After following the same prep as before, I have another gel care polish, and this is shade Morello. This is my first time using gel care, and so far, outside of the weird random gunky stuff in that pink jelly one, I actually really do like the quality of polish, and I'll probably be ordering some more. Now, if you're watching this, you're obviously into DIY nails, and I'm pretty sure you too have been bombarded with the recent cases of allergies happening from gel not being cured properly and all of that stuff happening. And that's why I am doing these as press-on nails and also not putting my hands underneath the light, because after we got over the whole allergy thing, then it became people like, oh, my hands are getting dark from the UV light. Oh, I'm finding skin cancer. And I do use sunscreen whenever I do a manicure. I did try to purchase the fingerless UV gloves, but as you can see here, I have very long fingers and it didn't really cover much of my finger. So I was like, okay, that makes no sense. So I'm really glad that I got these little nail stands. So I'm keeping my hands out of the light because, oh girl, it was getting stressful. Just every other video was someone whose nails were falling apart. But thank you for the message. It has been received. And this is what the red set looks like, and I really love this shade of red. It's a beautiful, beautiful true red, and this is my final sets. Good morning. It's now the second day and I have let the OPI nail envy treatment soak into my nail. I gave one more coat of the serum this morning and now it's time to apply my new press-on nails. I'm going with this pink gel glue, and that's because I decided to go with, of course, the pink jelly aka lip gloss nails. I'm very excited about these, and of course because they are transparent I wanted to keep the pink gel situation going. So here's the key when applying your press-on nails. You first want to do like a float layer of glue all over your natural nail. Make sure that you're getting the corners and the centers. That's usually where you end up with air bubbles. And you want to apply the same amount of glue on the false nail, and making sure that you're spreading it again edge to edge. Then to apply, tilt the nail at a slight 45-degree angle to the base of your natural nail and then lay it flat, making sure to press out any bubbles along the way. But once you've applied enough glue, you actually really won't get those bubbles, and you just want to keep pinching until it dries, because if you release it too soon, then that gives air the opportunity to get under there. So glue, pinch and hold. And now my nails are applied. Let's apply a little hand lotion, one of my favorites from Tatcha. I think this hand lotion is discontinued, but I really do love it. I hope it's not discontinued. And here is what my final manicure looks like. Guys, I love this so much, and I think this is going to be my new signature color for the summer. And yes, get into the salon quality close-up. Thanks for watching, guys.